Don't take that. That's not yours. Don't touch that. That's not yours. Well, if you take something and it's not yours, that's called... Let's talk about that. Yeah. Don't tread on me. Sponsor. Anyway, good morning, beautiful people. It is...
What is today?
Wednesday, and not the TV show. So, if I take something that's not mine, it's called what?
Ooh, stealing.
Stealing. Very good.
I don't know.
Oh, hi, Luna. Not kidding. Okay. So, if it's mine and I take it, it's called...
Taking what's yours.
Yeah, taking what's mine. Yeah,
Is it called something?
it was mine.
Hi, baby.
So, things in your house, like pictures and money and CDs and your safe and I guess your bed or pillow. Those are all yours, right, Katie?
Oh, yes. Where are you going with this?
Okay, good. And if I went to somebody else's house and their paintings and their clocks and their tables and their chairs, whose are those? Theirs. Very good. Okay. Now, logically, we think that way, right? Because we've been taught that way in our laws that everything is a person that's inside the house, or they lay claim to it, or they have a deed to it, or a mortgage, or a loan for that thing. And so somebody else owns it. Really, when you have a car loan, you really don't own it until you pay it off, right?
Sure.
The bank owns it. And same with your house. It's not officially, quote unquote, yours until you pay it off, because some bank or some corporation owns it. And all in reality, in America, you don't even own the land. Okay, with all this corporation stuff in our government, you really don't own the land. You're just kind of renting it. So technically, if you're off grid and you owe nobody anything, it's technically yours, right?
Where are you going with this? It all belongs to God. Is that where you're going?
Yep. So really, anything in your house or outside of your house or anything from somebody else's house is not truly theirs. Either somebody else owns it, or we can come down straight to the biblical concept that really God owns everything. So you really don't own it. You're just borrowing it or on loan from God to see how you're going to use it wisely for his kingdom and for his glory. So when Exodus chapter 20:15 was written, one of the 10 commandments, what is this commandment I'm going to talk about?
Do not steal.
Yeah, you shall not steal. Okay? So there was nothing really specific, or there was nothing really in detail of this. And so we can assume that stealing will not only be against each other, but also stealing from God. Now, how can we steal from God? Well, when we take the things that God has given us and use it for our benefit and not God's benefit, that's kind of stealing, because we're kind of using it for our glory or our wants, and we kind of get this idea that it's ours, but it's really not. And so we could also be stealing people's salvation because how we act. We can start stealing people's feelings because how we, a Christian that puts their feelings first before God. So there's a lot of other things that we can steal, just not only just physical, but a lot of other things. And so this really encompasses a lot that we need to acknowledge, because the first commandment was what?
No other gods.
No other gods before me. So if you put no other gods before you, then you're not going to steal from other people, because you're not only stealing from them, you're stealing from God. And if you put God first, you're not going to steal from God. So you're going to use everything that God owns, and you're borrowing for his glory and his kingdom, and you're not going to steal it and use it for your glory. So I know that's a little deep on Wednesday at 6:30 in the morning, but a lot of these commandments were a foundational thing of the heart. Now, obviously, the Jewish culture looked at it as physical, and kind of didn't get that idea of spiritual until Jesus came and opened their eyes and opened our eyes. But if you look at the Ten Commandments, they're foundational for a spiritual heart, not the majority of a physical heart. And I love that Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7, the Sermon on the Mount, really takes these and puts it in our heart instead of something out physical. If you're going to have this in your heart, then this is what you're going to do. If you have love in your heart, you're not going to do this. And so I think if you read Matthew 5, 6, and 7, it correlates really well with the Ten Commandments. I love you. Jesus loved you too. My encouragement is don't steal. It's all God's anyway.
Wow.
And I love you too. All right. Bye-bye now.